Crane collapses are catastrophic incidents in construction and industrial settings, posing significant risks to workers. They can cause injuries, damage, and project delays. Proper maintenance, training, and adherence to safety protocols are essential to prevent these accidents. Tornadoes usually favor wide-open spaces, but in May 1997, an F1 tornado defied expectations by marching into Miami. It seemed to briefly reconsider, tripping lightly downtown before bumping into a cruise ship. Leaping most of Biscayne Bay, it flipped a car and vanished. Though the damage was minimal, the apocalyptic image of a tornado amidst skyscrapers captured international attention.
The noise was something like I never heard something like that.
Tornadoes don't have a preference for farmland. There's simply more rural land globally. The Miami tornado served as a dramatic reminder that even big cities can get hit. In 1995, a devastating 6.9 magnitude earthquake struck Kobe, Japan, in just 20 seconds. The city required decades of repairs. One critical structure heavily damaged was the Hanshin Expressway, the main route between Kobe and Osaka. Though designed to withstand earthquakes, investigations revealed inadequate structural design, leading to its collapse. This shocked the world, as such expressways were presumed safe. 10 spans collapsed, taking over a year to rebuild at a cost of $4.6 billion, a fraction of the earthquake's total damage estimated at $200 billion. While expressways can be rebuilt, the 6,434 lives lost, nearly 4,600 in Kobe alone, are irreplaceable. However, the region showed resilience, with 1.2 million volunteers participating in relief efforts in the following 3 months. Volcanoes erupt with a dramatic flare, molten lava spewing, ash billowing skyward. But a lesser-known phenomenon, pyroclastic flows, often pose a greater threat. These superheated avalanches of gas and debris hurtle downhill at unimaginable speeds, exceeding 430 miles per hour. In September 2014, unsuspecting hikers on Japan's Mount Ontake were enjoying the view when disaster struck. A sudden explosion unleashed a scorching cloud of ash and steam, a pyroclastic flow racing down the slopes. This deadly embrace, captured on camera by a documentary crew and a terrified hiker scrambling for his life, claimed a tragic toll of 63 lives. Thankfully, the hiker who documented the event was among the fortunate survivors. Louisiana's Lake Peigneur had long been a haven for anglers and nature enthusiasts. Lush greenery lined its shores, and its freshwater depths teemed with fish. But on an infamous day in November 1980, Paradise took a dramatic detour. An exploratory drilling operation went horribly wrong. Their drill bit pierced a hidden salt mine lurking beneath the lake, creating a watery sinkhole that greedily devoured everything in its path. The drilling platform, barges laden with supplies, even surrounding trees, all vanished into the swirling vortex. As the mine flooded, an unbelievable phenomenon occurred. The lakebed lost so much water that it reversed the flow of a nearby canal. Salt water, a briny intruder from the Gulf of Mexico, began to seep into the once fresh Lake Peigneur. Luckily, all 55 mine workers managed to escape unscathed. The financial repercussions were steep though. Texaco, the oil giant behind the drilling, and the contractor faced hefty fines. $32 million to the salt mine company and $12.8 million to a nearby nursery for environmental damages. But the true cost went beyond dollars and cents. Lake Peigneur was forever altered. Its ecosystem transformed from a freshwater haven to a saltwater anomaly. Its depths also reached a new maximum, a constant reminder of the watery maelstrom that once raged beneath its surface. Space disasters often feel like the stuff of science fiction, but the Chelyabinsk meteor is a stark reminder that hurtling space rocks are a reality. Remember the dinosaurs? A suspected meteorite in 1908 over the Tunguska River in Russia laid waste to a whopping 770 square miles of forest. Fast forward to February 15th, 2013, and Russia found itself face-to-face with another celestial visitor, this time over Chelyabinsk. Multiple dashboard cameras fortuitously captured captured the event. A blinding white light, a fiery streak tearing across the sky, and then a mid-air explosion that rattled the city. Windows shattered, buildings shook, and over 1,500 people found themselves injured by the sonic boom and flying debris. Thankfully, the story doesn't end on a catastrophic note. While the event caused widespread damage, there were no fatalities. Chelyabinsk became an example of cosmic near-miss, a reminder of the potential dangers lurking in the vast expanse of space, but also a testament to human resilience. Texas floodwaters turned into a terrifying scene straight out of a disaster movie. A school bus, defying the clear dangers posed by recent heavy rainfall and overflowing rivers near Austin, ventured into the floodwaters. Ignoring the rising water levels and potential risks, the driver continued onward as if the bus were an unsinkable vessel. For a while, it seemed like a gamble that might pay off. The initial stretch appeared passable, but then, in a horrifying twist of fate, the ground beneath the bus gave way. The floodwaters, no longer content with merely lapping at the bus tires, began to engulf the vehicle entirely. Thankfully, with the swift intervention of emergency services, the situation didn't turn into an even greater tragedy. A powerful underwater earthquake triggered the Indian Ocean tsunami, devastating coastlines in 14 countries. This horrific natural disaster claimed an estimated 230,000 lives. In Indonesia, Thailand, and Malaysia, receding water initially lured people onto exposed areas. However, massive waves, reaching 100 feet high, surged in soon after. The first wave at some beaches appeared harmless, but these grew stronger, inundating homes, hotels, and streets. Home recordings captured the shocking scenes. People swept away on debris or adrift in drowned cities. Yonkers, a bustling city in Westchester County, New York, holds the unfortunate distinction of being the location of a structural collapse. Back in June 2009, a towering structure in the city met a dramatic and unfortunate end. This once mighty giant, weakened by years of relentless corrosion and the inevitable wear and tear of time, could no longer withstand the forces pressing down upon it. With a resounding crack that echoed through the city, the structure crumbled. In late 2017, California faced its worst wildfires ever, destroying nearly 10,000 structures and claiming 47 lives. First responders captured harrowing footage battling flames in the Tubbs and Atlas fires. However, some of the most unforgettable and frightening footage came from a driver on Interstate 405. As the Skirball fire raged in December, engulfing the Sepulveda Pass in Bel Air, the entire hillside resembled a glowing ember, a terrifying inferno. The fire burned across 422 acres before containment. On February 2, 2013, the South Bay power plant implosion in Chula Vista marked the end of an era and the beginning of a new chapter for the city's waterfront. The meticulously planned implosion involved strategically placed explosive charges that caused a series of controlled explosions. These brought down the aging stacks and other structures in a dramatic spectacle of dust and debris billowing into the air as the power plant crumbled. The dramatic spectacle marked the symbolic fall of an industrial giant, paving the way for future development and a revitalized waterfront for Chula Vista. The Gorkha earthquake of April 2015 ripped through Nepal, leaving a trail of devastation in its wake. Footage captured the horror: toppled temples, houses reduced to unrecognizable rubble. The human cost was immense, with nearly 9,000 lives tragically lost. The tremors didn't spare even the mighty Everest. The Earth's shaking triggered a monstrous avalanche cascading down Peigneur Peak. Hikers at Everest's South Base Camp, a place usually synonymous with serenity, were jolted awake by the violent tremors. Before they could react, a massive wall of snow engulfed them. Emerging from the white chaos, survivors found a scene of utter destruction: shredded tents, buried equipment, and a chilling silence where their fellow climbers once stood. This horrific event on Everest claimed 19 lives, a grim reminder of the immense power of nature, even in the Earth's highest reaches. The Southern Sydney Transformer System, a vital part of the region's infrastructure, was compromised last year by a major blaze at a prominent substation. This fire, a formidable sight, raised concerns about potential power outages for roughly 2.2 million households. The incident highlighted the vulnerability of critical infrastructure and the importance of swift, coordinated responses to safeguard a sizable area's energy needs. Mount St. Helens in Washington had been simmering with unrest for weeks in 1980. An eerie glow, an unsettling blue, emanated from the crater. Lightning danced through plumes of ash as the very ground vibrated with an unsettling tremor. The once majestic mountain seemed to writhe in discomfort, a brewing storm waiting to erupt. But nothing could have prepared onlookers for the sheer violence that unfolded on the morning of May 18th. In a moment of unbelievable fury, the north flank of the mountain simply vanished. This colossal landslide, the largest ever documented, unleashed a deadly torrent of mud, ash, and superheated gas. This monstrous pyroclastic flow roared down valleys and obliterated everything in its path. The eruption was a VEI 5 on the Volcanic Explosivity Index, a classification reserved for the most catastrophic events. Over 50 lives were tragically claimed by the rampaging torrent. The eruption's impact wasn't limited to the immediate blast zone. Ash choked the skies for miles, disrupting air travel and blanketing entire towns in a ghostly gray. This event remains etched in American history as the most catastrophic volcanic eruption to ever occur within the contiguous United States. A remarkable video captured the simultaneous demolition of 15 buildings in China. The operation achieved a controlled collapse, falling inward at a low height with minimal noise and tremors. This technique was used in 2015 to demolish a 118-meter building in Shaanxi Province, China, which crumbled in just 13 seconds. Imagine a scenario far from ideal for unloading sand. A giant plume of dust billows into the air, thick and menacing. This isn't your average beach sand, but silica fracturing sand, a material that can be hazardous if inhaled. Yikes.
Usually there'd be a hose on the end of that that the sand would be blowing into, but I guess this guy's either just emptying his trailer or something, I don't know.
So, what went wrong? This incident involves a pneumatic system typically used for efficient sand unloading. Normally, a hose connected to the truck funnels the sand into a designated silo, but in this case, something went awry.
There's the dust clouds you don't want to breathe. Obviously.
Alright, perfect.
The hose was either missing or malfunctioning, causing the sand to erupt directly into the air. This creates a double problem, a massive mess and a potential health hazard. Silica dust can irritate lungs and lead to serious respiratory issues if not handled properly. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, share, and comment.